What's going on, guys? So today is going to be a 2 days workout video. Going to the gym right now during the day to do some stretching and just some stuff to get loose, and then later on I'm going to come back probably around like 11, 12 at night to do a full workout. It might be a contrast workout again with some more single leg stuff with the bands. I might do some split squats and some assisted plyometric stuff, or I might try to find a different type of workout routine, but that's what I have in mind right now. So gonna go into the gym right now, do some stuff just to get loose and feel better for later. So I'll see you guys in the gym. Alright guys, so I wanted to include a decent amount of commentary in this video just to kind of give you guys an update on the workouts I'm going to be doing, why I'm doing them, and just how I've been feeling lately. So just give you guys a quick update. So I'm going to be moving away from the challenging program I made to do more explosive speed jumping specific workouts. And I wouldn't say I didn't think the challenging program helped, but I mean, I could say like I can give you guys my opinion on what I think helps you jump higher, or what makes you more explosive, or helps get you to be more explosive. But I really think it's just a combination of everything, a combination of knowing your body, allowing time for recovery, increasing your mobility, and just getting your body to be more optimal in really anything that you're doing. So I don't think there's really one set way to get better at jumping. I think it's just a combination of getting stronger, getting faster, getting more mobile, and just really practicing the movement of jumping itself. So again, that's why I'm moving away from the challenging program to work more specifically on jumping and just jump more while I have access to this gym and the equipment in here during the summer. So that's kind of an update on what the workouts are going to look like in the videos to come, and also just an update on how I've been feeling. I've been feeling a little bit tight lately, and that's why I came to the gym twice today. One time earlier to do some stretching, which you guys see on the screen right now, and some foam rolling just to kind of loosen up. And I've been feeling some tightness in my left hip area to my knee. So I don't know if that's from the challenging program and the movements I was doing in that that just kind of tightened it up, or if it was just kind of building up from not stretching that specific area enough, or what it was. But going to be incorporating some more foam rolling and stretching like you guys see here. But another thing I wanted to bring up was just about dunking on the courts that are in this gym. And I feel like dunking on these courts, which are a harder plastic and the rim is like 10-1, I feel like it's a good test of where I'm at athletically. Like if I'm dunking on the courts here, then I feel like I'm at a pretty optimal point athletically and strength wise. But I tried dunking and jumping on the courts here the other night with one of my friends that was here. We were just kind of messing around, and I was not getting up as easily as I have in the past. So I feel like that's going to be another reason why doing these type of workouts might help bring me back to that level. And not to say that the challenging program didn't help me in terms of mobility or just adding some variety to the types of workouts that I put my body through. But I think doing more jump specific workouts just makes sense for jumping. Doing more jump specific workouts, doing more explosive workouts, stuff that at least has some similarities to jumping. Not to say that it's going to it's going to increase your vertical by a certain amount, or that it's going to have exact carryover to jumping, but at least the patterns would mimic the movements you would be doing when you're actually jumping or dunking. So I think that's why these workouts might help a little bit more. Again, not to say that there's one way to train for jumping, that there's one way to train explosiveness or anything like that, because I think at the end of the day it's a combination of how well you've trained your body, how well you know your body, how well you've allowed your body to adapt to different ways of moving. That kind of gives you a wider spectrum of what your body can actually do. So I think these workouts will help, and I think I think while I'm here for the summer and have access to this gym, I'm going to be doing more of these workouts. I'm going to be jumping more just to get back to that optimal point of being able to dunk on the courts here and just get to a level that I haven't even reached yet. So that's just kind of an update on where I'm at dunking and jumping wise. But to get back to the stretching, talk to you guys about the main points of the stretching routine. were my psoas, my hip flexor, my glutes, and somewhat my hamstrings and quads. So right here is I'm just doing a hamstring stretch against the wall. You guys can use a water bottle and just press up against the wall and try to extend your leg as far as you can for this stretch. But after this stretch, I did another psoas stretch where I just wrapped the band around the steel beam here and then just did a knee raise and held that for about 5 to 10 seconds and then released. And then after that, I did another psoas hip flexor stretch where I just pressed my foot up against the wall, tried to get as close to the wall as I could to stretch that area, and then again just held that until I felt a release. And I also moved around a little bit to kind of work different ranges of motion and just stretch that area even more. And then I also did the 7-way hip routine, which was actually, I saw it in a video by Ryan Flaherty, and I talked to Stephen Selly about it too. He tried this routine out, and it really helps if you guys feel like you have some weakness in your glute medius, which is the side of your glute, or just have weakness in your hip area overall. And I even incorporated the band with these to make it even more challenging. And I did these for 10 to 15 with the band, or really just until I felt a burn in the side of my glute and my hip. But I think I'm going to incorporate this more into my routine, whether I do it earlier in the day or later. So I really feel like this will help me strengthen my hips and my glute med area. And then I finished off with a few more hip opening exercises. I did the fire hydrants, and then I did a full range fire hydrant. Basically you just kick back and then bring your knee back to your elbow. That was basically it for the stretching routine that I did earlier in the day. I feel like this really helped me going into my workout later in the day, but I'll cut to me talking in the gym so you guys can hear more about that right now. So as you guys heard that commentary, for the first part of this video at least, or first half of this day, I just focused on a lot of hip opening stuff to really target my psoas and my hip flexors, just because I feel like those have been pretty tight lately, and I don't know if it's because of that the challenging program and just doing the movements I was doing with that, or if it's just been kind of building up over time. But just really wanted to stretch those out, get those feeling loose for later when I come back to do a full workout. So stay tuned for the rest of this video, and I'll see you guys at the gym later. What's going on, guys? So I just got to the gym for the second time today. It's currently about 1:45 a.m. I'm going to be starting another contrast workout today that's going to be single leg focused, but for the weighted movement this time I'm going to be doing a split squat, and then I'm going to move into a lightweight dumbbell scissor jump, and then for the unweighted movement it'll be a single leg sprint, and then I'll also do a banded assisted plyometric movement, which will be also single leg focused. But I'm going to take you through this workout with continuing the commentary from the stretching and stuff I did earlier today. So get back to the commentary right now and get into this workout. Alright, so as you guys saw right there, I was a little bit tired coming back to the gym at like 1 a.m. But I started off this workout with a warm-up that was a little bit faster paced, a little bit more focused on explosive movements and dynamic work. I haven't done a full warm-up like this in actually a little while, so it felt good to do another warm-up like this. But I want to give you guys an update on how this warm-up was feeling right now. Right now I'm just warming up, trying to focus on doing faster paced movements for the warm-up. Again, trying to make these workouts more jump and explosive focused. So gonna keep doing this warm-up a little bit and then start the workout. So I continued the warm-up doing some karaoke here. I did 2 sets of 30 yards for the karaoke, and then I just started working in some other dynamic movements, like here you guys see frog hops. I'm just jumping along this ladder that's on the ground, as you guys can actually see. And then I did some lateral bounds. Haven't done these in a while, but again, it felt good to work in some of this some of these dynamic warm-up exercises again. And then I think this was the last exercise I did, or last 2 exercises I did with the bands. I did just a normal squat here, just helping me focus on pushing out with my knees and activating my glutes. And then I finished with a hip flexor stretch, which this one I just kind of made up. I just tried going into a split squat with the band around my legs, and it seemed to work. So those were the last couple warm-up exercises I did. And again, I'll give you guys an update right now. I'm definitely glad I came up earlier to do some stretching and stuff that you guys saw earlier in this video. I just feel a lot looser now and I feel ready to get into this workout. I was feeling sore and a little bit slower earlier today, but I think stretching and coming earlier definitely helped this workout. Alright, so just to finish up the warm-up there, I did a lot more fast-paced movements just to work some more speed, explosiveness into the warm-up. That's how a lot of these warm-ups are going to look from now on, just more explosive and faster type of movements. But going to start the contrast cycle now, so you guys can see a full set of that. So let's get into it. Alright, so I just set up the squat rack for the split squats with the bands. I haven't done any weighted movement with a barbell on my back in a while, since probably like 4 or 5 months. So gonna start off light 135 here, but these have always been pretty challenging for me, but I just like that they are very single leg specific and they force you to really have to balance and stay stable on each leg on its own. So gonna do this weighted movement first, move into the lightweight dumbbell scissor jumps, and then the single leg sprints and the assisted band jumps. So here we go. Side note, in case you guys are wondering why I come to the gym this late or this early, is because there's hardly ever anyone in here at this time, so I can record and take my shoes off and do that kind of stuff. So just a side note. So to start off this contrast cycle, I did a weighted split squat for the heavier weighted movement, and I started off with 135 on the bar with the 70 to 100 pound bands on each side. And these actually felt pretty difficult just in terms of stability, and also just doing a barbell weighted movement on my back, which I haven't done in a while. So these were pretty challenging, and I was definitely sore the next day after doing these. But going to be doing more of these single leg barbell type focused workouts to come. But here's a quick update. I think I might need to lower the rack a little bit, but definitely felt like it was harder than usual, or harder than before when I was doing weighted movements with the barbell on my back. But I'm gonna do the lightweight dumbbell scissor jumps right now. Alright, so right now I'm walking over to do the single leg sprints, but I also want to add, for each of the exercises I'm doing 3 reps on each leg, so that would apply to the split squats and the scissor jumps through each leg. And then for the single leg sprints, I'm going to do this full green area, which is about 30 yards. And then for the assisted plyo movement, it'll also be 3 reps each leg. But we're gonna do the single leg sprints right now. So these single leg sprints are another exercise I haven't done in a while, and they felt really challenging and really engaged my hip psoas area that's been feeling sore. So these added a pretty good challenge to this workout. Alright. Just finished the single leg sprints. Gonna move into the assisted single leg plyo jumps back at the squat rack. So for the assisted plyo jumps, I just used the same band that I was using on the squat rack. And with these, you want to really focus on pushing off the ground and not letting your foot relax as you touch the ground. So basically just wanting to jump as fast as possible. Right. So just finish up one full cycle of this contrast workout. Going to be moving up in weight every time for the split squats, but I'm going to stay at the 10 pounds for the scissor jumps with the dumbbells, and then same thing for the single leg sprints. I'll still do the same 30 yards, and then I know I said I was going to do 3 each leg for the banded assisted jumps, but I don't know, it just felt better doing 6. So sometimes you just gotta make stuff up, go by how it feels. But that's it for this contrast training workout. I'll see you guys in the next video.